Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning. 15 minutes to Mitzvah Hashem change our lives. This shiur is generously sponsored for Schus and for Shiur, Schus and Shiur, an immediate revealed good outcome for Yitzchak Yoel ben Stern Sarah. The Mitzvah Hashem with all our learning and this generous donation should make it possible for Yitzchak ben Stern Sarah. It's like Yoel ben Stern Sarah should have only good. Achta v'chesed yidifuni should chase after him. We're supposed to start giving tzedakah because we go to tzedakah. My first ula. And this shiur is for all the Yidden in Eretz Yisrael, and specifically the soldiers that are on the front lines, and all the soldiers, and also the unfortunate captives that are still in captivity, and the ones that came home with all that they've been through. Mitzvah Hashem should be only good for them. We're going to focus on Green Bas Asnas, for Anar ben Shiur. The Mitzvah Hashem should be good, healthy, safe, and only good. Okay, let's begin. Perek Gimel, the last Perek in this Maimer Yud Aleph, and then we're going to go, and then it sort of moves on to a different discussion a little bit. If we sort of finish this topic, let's see. Beautiful. This is so today's class, as we talked about, we'll post it up. We're going to bring down a medrash, and you're going to learn it, and then you're going to see how the Rabbi Shab teaches us the medrash and how to understand it. Perek Gimel. And then in the end, which we're probably not going to finish today, he sort of summarizes what's the point, what are we trying to say? It's simple, what's the take-home message? Perek Gimel. This is what it's written in Yechezkel. It says, if it comes up on your spirit, comes up on your mind. Rashi says, the Rashi says, meaning that it comes up on your mind. That it should never be such a thing. That we're going to say, we should be like the Goyim. And this is, I remember growing up, this was like the thing that people didn't like. It was a discussion. A lot of people felt this way, and especially there was a time period after the Holocaust that it started being good for the Yidden, and people should be like the Goyim will be good. And to Rashi explain what does it mean, Nia Goyim be like the Goyim. Nifrek Oilei Ulei Mi'at Avarenu. The yoke, we should remove the yoke of Hashem from our necks. Because he sort of left us. We should be like the rest of the families, part of the 70 nations. The Shares, Eitz, Va'evan, Va'aven, and we should, they're ruled by the trees and the stones and things like this. So Hashem says, as long as I'm alive, if not with my strong hand outstretched arm, and pouring out wrath, as the Radak is going to, it says, to destroy, to remove the people that rebel. I'm going to rule over you. So in simple, we're sort of saying that people are going to come and say, I want to be like the Goyim, I want to live the life of the Goyim. It's easy. I can go on Shabbos, I can go to the beach, and I can eat out in the restaurant on Shabbos. I can do all these things. We're not talking about, of course, ignorance. That's just ignorance. People know, and people say, I'm going to want to live the good life. And so Hashem says, it's not happening. It's not happening. And this is all going back to what we've been talking about till now. That the relationship that we have with Hashem is such that doesn't work this way. And Hashem says, and if you're going to do that, I'm going to punish you. I'm going to get rid of those people. I'm ruling over you. I'm in charge. And as we're going to be down in the Medrash, it seems when you read it, the way we talk about Hashem, the way we talk about how Hashem acts, you might find it a little bit intense. But as you see in Chassidus, you'll understand it. Let's see. Medrash Tanchumas, in the Medrash it says, Keshebikshu Yisrael lifrek Eloi Shuvasai Shalakadosh Baruch Hu, that when the Jewish people requested to remove the yoke of the oath with Hashem, Bimei Yechezkel, in the times of Yechezkel, they wanted to stuff. They wanted to go like all the game. They want to serve Hashem. Maksiv Shem, what is it? Yechezkel says, Bo Anashim Mizikni Yisrael, people from the elders of the Yidden came. Lidre says Hashem to request from Hashem. Search out Hashem, what's Hashem's opinion? So Amulai Ben Kohen, so they went to the Kohen, they said to him, HaKohen es ha'eved, Mahu, you get a servant. Yeah, and you're a Kohen, and you're a Kohen, and you buy a servant, a slave. Mahu, sheyochal b'truma. So they asked him, if you own a slave, does he get to participate in your truma? Meaning a Kohen gets truma. We have to give a little bit, 40, 50, or 60%, not percent, a 40th, a 50th, a 60th of like our produce, whatever we make, and has to go to the Kohen. And this is called truma. And there's all the halachas of truma. So the question is, does the slave receive the truma? So Amalehem Eichel. So he said to them, yeah, they can eat. Chezkel said, yeah, they're allowed to eat it. That's the halacha. So Amalei, they said to him, Im Chazar Kohen u'Machal Yisrael. What happens if the Kohen sells the slave to a Yisrael? The Yisrael doesn't get truma. What happens? So does he get to eat the truma anymore? So yeah. So he says, Amalei, Im Chazar Kohen u'Machal Yisrael. Lo yatsa mirshusay b'truma. Does he not go out of his rishus of truma? Meaning he loses his status of being able to eat truma now, the servant, because now he's under the rishus of the Yisrael. He's the Yisrael is the one in charge of him. So Amalehem Hein, she yates him rishus akay and rishus Yisrael. Yeah, it's true that he goes out of the rishus, out of the ownership of the Kohen to the ownership of the Yisrael, and therefore he doesn't get in truma. So that's what they asked him. So then they explained, they were trying to like trap him, and then they explained what they're trying to say. So Amrullah, we, as Jewish people, we also left the rishus of the Kohen, meaning Hashem. And where we were sold to all the nations, so we should be like all the nations. So Amaleh Yechezkel Yisrael, so Yechezkel said to the Jewish people, does it come up on your spirit? Does it come up on your mind, as Rashi said? Yes, there should never be such a thing. Hashem says, as long as I'm alive, like him, like this possible used before. If not with that hand, outstretched hand, the gamer, Hashem is going to make sure he doesn't lose us. Amalahem calls man shaloi mchari, b'shus say who va'atem loidim kartim b'damim. So he's based off this pasuk. Hashem never sold us. Like we saw here, Hashem is in charge of us, and He took care. He's taking over us. And even if we want to separate, He's not going to let that happen. So that mashal, basically, he was saying the mashal that you're using is not good. By the case of the Kohen sold the slave to the Yisrael, but here Hashem never sold us. Hashem, like it says, Hashem chinam nimkartem. Like Hashem says, that you weren't sold for free. Laman hakim oisla hayom loy la'am, that I should continue keeping you today as a nation. V'hu yeh l'cha l'kim, and He will be for you as a God. Kasher dibe l'cha, v'kasher nishba l'visecha, like He spoke to you and like He saw to your forefathers. Avram, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov. Sheloi echzer b'davar shenishba'te l'visechem, that this I swore to your forefathers, I'm not going to return on. So I took you in, and it's done. You're in. You can't. There's no leaving. There's no like all other going, all the nations. Yeah, and that's the answer. That Hashem never sold us. You're trying to say that you got souls and now you can do whatever you want, but you never got sold. So now he explains a little bit. And this that it comes up on your mind. They should be like all the goyim. What does it mean? So the Erashah is teaching it, is translating it based on what we've been talking until now. Meaning, vikablu hashvas hashpa'asam chas v'shalom misitra achra, that we will receive our hashpa from the sitra achra. Al yedei yinikasam me'amakif elyon, through receiving from the higher makif. like we've been talking about until now. That's what they're saying to themselves. I don't want to be in a relationship with Hashem. I want the free credit card, like we talked about before. I can do whatever I want. That relationship, I don't want that. Should never be such a thing. Hashem says, hey man, I'm in a relationship with you. It's not happening this way. You can't run off and do whatever you want. We're in a relationship. Aren't you already with me? In this oath that we already made an oath back in the day. It's done. You're not sold to Yisrael. You're still part of me. We are part of Hashem. That Hashem chose us. And we chose him. He's Barach. And therefore, automatically our relationship is pnimius. And we have this internal relationship and we're connected. And therefore, we can't ever receive like the rest of the goyim. Our relationship is different. It doesn't work. You can't expect the way a parent treats a child to be the same the way a parent treats a random person. And it's like it's like an example. It's like a person that's a big donor that likes to give a lot of money. So a random person comes in, gives him $10,000, easy. Kid comes and he goes, hey, can I get some money to buy some stuff from the store? So the parent's like, what do you need it for? What about your pocket money that you have? That's all those questions. It's like, what do you mean? Why? That guy gets $10,000, no questions asked. Me, I got all these questions. So if you think about it in the superficially, it's like, yeah, it's true. But you realize the reason why the parent's asking, the parent cares about you. The parent cares about you. And therefore, they need to raise you and need to bring you up. And then it matters what you're doing. Whereas in the other person, don't really care. They have money to give. It's tzedakah. We have to give. So you give. For you, it's not about just giving tzedakah, doing a mitzvah. It's about my relationship with you. And that's what we're saying. And we're trying to say, let me get in line with the people that get tzedakah. Why? It's your parents. It doesn't work that way. So al yedei kiyum Torah mitzvahs, and it has to be through Torah mitzvahs. Because it's your parent, your relationship is totally different, and the way you receive things and the way you approach things are totally different. It doesn't work that way. Now, what's the beautiful thing about it? Umitad ha'ava pnimius, the bechinas pnimius v'atzos erein, because of the love that Hashem has, that what this love is coming from, the atzmos of erein seif, the essence of the infinite light. It's way, way high up there. Not physically high, of course, but way deep within Hashem. Bechinas pnimius hamakif, the inner makif, like we talked about before. Who machrichem sheikablu aleihem ol malchus yisbarach. It requires us to take upon Hashem's yoke. The zel shekasuv im loy biyad chazaka v'gem the Hashem asher and. I think I want to do more, but it's going to start getting into it, so I think maybe we'll just stop here. Tomorrow we'll finish up. We'll show how much Hashem has love for us. But everyone should have a great day. We should recognize that we have a relationship. We're not people coming to collect a donation from Hashem. We are a child of Hashem. We are a parent relationship. And amidst Hashem, we should feel that way. Have an amazing day.